welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. I'm here with the mayor of PHNX, Derek Montilla.
What's happening, guys? Or guy? You? I'm talking like Johnny's here, but I'm replacing Johnny. I don't know. Does this help if I do this to replace Johnny? Does that do anything for you?
No.
Oh, hold on, wait. What about the hat?
That works a little bit more.
Okay.
You need some boneless wings from Applebee's and a Batman calzone, I think. Yeah, Johnny is not here because if I was in this situation, I would be being made fun of for being on vacation and not being told I was working, but I'm going to be a nice, cordial man and say Johnny is working his ass off at the NFL Combine right now with Saul, getting some good stuff. I think they talked to Cliff this morning. So yeah, really exciting stuff coming out on gophnx.com and just all of our socials as well from them. So make sure to tap in, follow PHNX_sports across all social media to find out what's going on at the Combine. I know he wasn't really excited about going to Indianapolis, but he's excited to go into the Combine. I wonder if he's cold or what, but Johnny, be careful. Don't get picked on by too many people.
We miss you, Johnny.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm back from my hiatus. I wasn't here yesterday, but now I'm back. And we got some NBA to talk about today, Derek. There were a couple fun things that happened last night. John Morant set a new career high for points. With
what a night.
One of the most ridiculous alley-oop fadeaway buzzer beater things I've ever seen.
Right.
Dunked on Jacob Poeltl. He's really good at basketball.
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies Twitter account got a lot of use out of that. Be careful, 12's out here video that they like to post quite a bit because he went off last night. It was a human highlight reel. It was wild because it wasn't just one thing either. You know, it wasn't like just one highlight. It was like everything on my timeline was impending doom about the MLB lockout and then just Morant, just highlights peppered in there.
Are the Grizzlies a team that you should be worried about if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, or are they just too young still?
I don't know. I will say that they have that same kind of chemistry that the Suns have, right? That's the difference, I think, that elevate them. The Suns just are such a complete team right now, though. They knocked on the door last year. I think that they're going to be, hopefully one of the final teams this season, again. And I think Memphis is on their way. They're at that like second level, maybe something like the Suns were kind of in the bubble, but adding that extra piece might be that thing that they need to get them over the top.
Yeah, for sure. And going away from basketball a little bit, I was just looking on DraftKings because it's kind of like all I do is I just stare at what's going on and when things update. They have posted the combine odds. There are a bunch of things you can bet on, from the 40-yard dash to the bench press, vertical jump, broad jump. No individuals yet, but I don't know if that's something they're going to offer. I know some other books might do that, but there are a couple guys I like in the 40-yard dash. Right now, they only have anyone to break the record and the fastest time to be over 4.29 seconds. You can get somebody to break the combine record for the 40-yard dash at plus 500. So that might be something to sprinkle on because you can just watch that and yell, "Go faster, go sprint." Things to finish like in a certain amount of time are probably my favorite things to bet on. Like the time of the Super Bowl, the national anthem, UFC fights, because you're just going faster, run.
Yeah,
hit.
Sure. Yeah. It's kind of like you always say about betting the over, right? If you're betting the under, you're betting against fun. You're not rooting for more points to be scored, and you're not, you're waiting for turnovers and missed shots, and that's not a fun basketball game.
The only fun time to bet on the under is in a low-level Division I college basketball game, because then what you look for, and this is going completely off topic, but the best thing that can happen to you is you're watching God forbid you don't even bet on it, but you're watching like Quinnipiac against Fordham University, and you see, because it's fun, you see some white boy just start shooting the crap out of the ball early, and you see those live odds on the over-under go up, so you bet the under. The good thing is when somebody shoots well at a lower level, they think they can shoot more, and they keep shooting and they keep trying to find that magic that was happening at the start of the game. And that's when it's the most fun, is because they're just taking bad shots. But that aside, I do have an over today, and we'll just get into our picks right now. It's the Brooklyn and Toronto game. They played last night. This is a little weird. I think it's rescheduling things because of being in Canada.
Yeah.
They went over by a good amount. Toronto put up like 130 points. Brooklyn didn't even get to 100. I think Brooklyn played a little bit better tonight, but right now it's the Scotty Barnes show in Toronto. It's just bizarre. I know Sean took Pascal Siakam's PRA, who I've been going to a lot, but now I'm kind of staying away from that just because of how Scotty Barnes is kind of becoming the number one option. He had like 30 plus points again, like 10 rebounds. So that's a guy to watch out for. I think Brooklyn really is going to need to show that they can still compete at this level without Ben Simmons, because a lot of people think Ben Simmons is going to do much. So I'm taking the over in that game. And then I know you like this one too, Derek.
Yeah.
The Warriors are 1.5 point favorites tonight against a Minnesota Timberwolves team who won last night, barely covered. I have them at 3.5. But off of a back-to-back, Steph Curry, I think, is going to have a big night. Why do you think this line is so low?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think that's the thing that bothers me about it, is I feel like I'm missing something. I actually checked injuries and such with Golden State just to see if there was anybody I was missing or anybody that was going to be potentially out of the lineup that, the odds makers might know that we don't. I don't know though. That's why this just kind of makes it a bit of a no-brainer as far as
Clay's out, but he was out yesterday as well. So, or 2 days ago. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
Sure.
I like that at -1.5. And I also like the Clippers -7. The Clippers are one of the teams that's really starting to scare me if I'm a Suns fan. Playing really good ball. Obviously, no star players really, but they just find ways to win. They're in Houston tonight against the Rockets team that is inept, we'll say. So,
sure.
yeah.
Well, and the Suns had such a tough time with the Clippers team that was essentially the backups in a lot of cases, right? So it does make me a bit nervous, playing them once they're at 100%. I don't know what that team's going to look like at that point.
Yeah, the Suns ran into a almost full health team in the WCF last year. Paul George did everything he could, but he just couldn't. When that team gets Kawhi and PG back, if they ever do, yeah, that could be a scary team. Derek, what do you like the most tonight?
Well, let's take a look. I like Mavs over the Lakers by 5. Definitely. I don't know. I don't see that being
The
much
Lakers
of
are
an issue
so
for
sad
Dallas.
right now.
Yeah. Again, the Warriors, we covered that, and you said what you said about Toronto. Toronto's just been very good lately, and Brooklyn just doesn't. I mean, they haven't been extremely good, but they just don't look like they're a very good basketball team at this point. But going back to Dallas, I just think the Mavs are playing good basketball right now. Luka had some weird props that I again like. His over under on rebounds was 10.5, and there's a lot of things that they are putting on that young man to do. Like I almost felt like his line was a triple double as far as his betting odds for his player props.
We'll get to that in a second, but those things are really fun to bet on. One of my favorite things to do, obviously, is PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists combined. Because not only is it gives you a little more room, and if the guy has a good game scoring, then you don't have to worry about that. But also, it's just so fun to. I don't know if it's like the math inside my brain doing it, like that gives me this like little stimulating thing, because every time I bet on a PRA, I just get so excited. I'm like watching, I'm like, more numbers, go. Like I'm like DeJounte Murray, he'll have like 5, 5, and 4 in the first half quarter, and I'm like, this is so fun.
Yeah. No, well, it's like a same game parlay in that aspect, right? Because you're like you're paying attention to multiple stats. I mean, in that case, you're also doing some math, which that's always fun, right?
Math is always fun, and there's a lot of math.
It's the fact where you can you keep track of all of these different things and kind of like checking off where he's they're hitting on stuff and stuff you need to still hit. And like I don't know. I mean, there's the conventional just straight across bet, but I have a hard time not making some sort of parlay now at this point just because of that fun.
Yeah. Well, as I said, math is fun, and so is the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But if you don't like math, it's all automated, guys. I don't know
That's
if you've
true.
seen this yet, but it's an app. It's an application on your cellular device. It adds everything together. It subtracts money sometimes if you're not doing well, like I'm not. But not on the bet show. I've been great on the bet show. I just do some really dumb things and put money where it shouldn't be sometimes. But download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use the promo code PHNX when you sign up. New members have a great deal going on this week. If I can pull up the ad copy in time before I start stalling. And
It's for
now
UFC 272.
that's right. That's what it is. What do you like in this one, Derek? Masvidal Covington.
I don't feel like I should be favoring Masvidal, but I just have a hard time not. He's just such a
Hate
character.
Colby Covington.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing about it too. Like the pro wrestling side of me feels like
Yeah.
this is a complete heel versus babyface matchup, and of course, I want to see Masvidal win. But the best thing, obviously, about this promotion is new customers can bet just $1 on the main event and get $100 in free bets, no matter what happens. Whether they lose, whether they win, it doesn't matter what happens. You get your $100 in free bets, and
I love
that's always my favorite promotion
Yeah.
that DraftKings runs because it's obviously
It
risk
is
free.
literally free money. Yeah. I love the ad copy in this saying first round knockout, you get paid. Majority draw, you get paid. It sounds like a song. But yeah, it's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. Best of all, you can deposit withdraw cash whenever you want. So download it today. Use the promo code PHNX when you sign up at just $1 on the main event. Get $100 in free bets, regardless of what happens in that. And you can use that to bet on other things if you don't like UFC. But if you do like UFC, we will be talking about it later in the week. Always a fun time to talk about the UFC when it's a big card like this one. There was an announcement that somebody's stepping in to fight Aldo, I believe, or Dos Anjos this morning. So there's going to be a fight on 4-day notice, which is always fun. It's going to be a good time. So make sure to check us out right here on Friday. I believe we do that. Maybe we'll do it on Saturday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know soon. But if you want to bet on any of that stuff or the props we're going to give you, DraftKings Sportsbook app has that stuff available. So without further ado, you touched on this earlier, Derek. You like Luka. Well, you hate Luka, actually.
Well, I think LeBron has been on a tear a bit lately, and he's going to have to carry the load if they have any chance in this game. But Luka, I don't know. I hate going, like you said, I hate going with the under and being the fun police here. But I just I don't know if he can do all of that and also rebound 11 plus.
Yeah, you know what his PRA is tonight?
What is it?
It's 50.5. It's just ridiculous.
You
can get some odds on the DraftKings Sportsbook for Luka to have a triple double and the Mavs to win. That's like around plus 400. So you can play around with stuff like that if you're confident in that. But I don't know. Yeah, the 11 rebounds is a lot of rebounds for. I know he's a big guy, but for a guard. So I got two props as well. Two little Tuesday tasties, two little cuties. As I said, I think Steph Curry. I've been betting on his over points this whole year, and it's really not been good to me. But he's finally turning it up in terms of scoring. No longer the Jordan Poole show, so I'm taking him over 26.5 points. And then the Kuz. We're going back to the Kuz, baby. I'm a big fan of Kyle Kuzma. He's really starting to come into his own. Young players get good after they leave the Lakers. It's just what happens. They're at home tonight against the Pistons team that doesn't know what defense is. I'm taking Kuz over 21.5 points today. I remember one time I bet on Kuz over points against the Suns, and that was a bad idea. But this isn't a good defensive team, so go ahead and do that. I'm a big fan of that. Derek, anything else before we get out of here?
I have nothing. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy UFC 272 this weekend, and most importantly, I want baseball back so we can bet on that.
Yeah, for sure. You can find updates at gophnx.com if baseball ever resumes. You can get a free T-shirt if you get a year-long membership, or you can get your first month for just 50 cents. We got a big week coming up for PHNX and even PHNX Sun Devils and even just PHNX in general. Obviously, the boys are at the combine.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we will be coming to you live right after the women's basketball game. ASU women's basketball is in the Pac-12 tournament. That game is at 2:30, so don't miss out on that. And then there's 2 more ASU men's basketball games later to close out the regular season. A lot of fun stuff. So go ahead and be involved in the Discord if you're a member. If you're not a member, as I said, get your first month for just 50 cents and try us out and get some sweet, sweet merch as well. Been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Derek on Twitter at Cap_Caveman. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. And we will see you back here tomorrow at noon, every Monday through Friday. Remember, kids, don't parlay things, just make straight bets. Okay, bye.